This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 515.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash. 404 error. Page not found. Links aren't working. System is crashing. System is crashing. System is crashing.
Your old HTML website. Barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website. Better than it was before. Better. Stronger.
Faster. We have the technology.
Hello, everybody. This is Adam Silvey, host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. This week's episode is sponsored by OmniSend and Memberful. More about them in just a few minutes. Let's get started. First and foremost, upcoming events. We have one event already in the new year coming up here. WordCamp Nepal. It is January 12th and 13th. And it's it's gonna be pretty cool. The website is really cool. I love the graphic. It's so pretty cool. I mean, anyway, so check that out. If you were in that part of the world, you definitely need to go. Their tagline there is Explore, Connect, and Elevate, WordCamp Nepal 2024. Really cool. So I'm not going to be there. I can tell you that right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that. All right. Is that it for the upcoming events? In the news, still kind of a light time in the new year. But one thing here, segment one, WP Engine actually has a list of conferences that you could attend for WordPress professionals. I'll put a link in the show notes. And it's pretty cool. Virtual conferences, in person as well, WordPress for Enterprise, Career Summit, online Extreme JS conference. Anyway, and there's some other US-based ones as well, developer stuff. Like I said, there's a handful here, at least a dozen, I believe. So I'll put a link in the show notes on that, about conferences you can attend. It kind of goes back up above to the first section there, events coming up. So check that out. WP Engine, also a great company for hosting as well. All right. Moving on to segment 2, meat and potatoes. But first, words from our sponsors. Are you ready to revolutionize your marketing game? Then you need to check out OmniSend, the ultimate marketing automation platform. Say goodbye to generic campaigns and hello to personalized engagement. With seamless integration of email and SMS messaging, OmniSend lets you easily create that omni-channel magic. Maximize customer connections with robust automations and insightful analytics. You'll be able to drive sales while you're sleeping and fully leverage your customer data. Elevate your brand in the competitive landscape. Join us as we unlock the power of targeted messaging and customer-centric campaigns. OmniSend, where marketing meets innovation. With prices starting at free, you have nothing to lose. So head over to your.omnisend.com/KitchensinkWP. That's your.omnisend.com/KitchensinkWP for more information. Meet Memberful, the best in-class membership software trusted by the web's biggest creators. With Memberful, you can handle the tough stuff so you can complete your builds quickly. And guess what? Your clients can focus on creating amazing content while they easily earn revenue. Now, what sets Memberful apart? It's not just a membership tool. It's a powerhouse that protects members-only content. You, as a site owner, have the flexibility to choose which subscribers get access to those exclusive areas of your website. All thanks to Memberful's server-side content protection. Memberful seamlessly integrates with WordPress, offering a range of sort codes and built-in functions. This means you can insert dynamic links, integrate Memberful data seamlessly into your WordPress theme as well. But that's not all. Memberful is all about making your life easier. It comes with built-in connections to popular tools like MailChimp, Discord, and Google Analytics. So you can reach and monetize your existing audience without having to rebuild your entire tech stack. Ready to take that plunge? Get started for free at memberful.com/kitchensink. That's memberful.com/kitchensink. Help your clients turn their passion into profit with Memberful. All right, moving on, segment 2, the meat and potatoes of this week's episode, project management tools, part 1. Yeah, this week I want to talk about and dive a little more into project management. And I'm starting a new series, as I've done this in the past, with alternatives to WooCommerce, with alternatives to WordPress, etc. So diving more into and checking out more project management software and the landscape that's out there. Now, back on episode 255, it's been a while, which I talked about picking a project management methodology. You can check that out over, like I said, episode 255. I talked about Waterfall, Agile, Scrum. Take a listen if you want to hear about those and the methodologies and what that entails. But the reason for this new series, it's a new year, and not that I what I don't have in place isn't working. I'm just curious on what else is out there because there's so much new that has come out in the last couple of years. Perhaps something better. And truth be told, I'm about to start building a little something new, and I'm seriously building this thing. More about that, I think, next week, because I'm also going to probably build in public as well. I think I've been convinced to do that by my good friend Kyle. Anyway, so with that, I have found about 6 to 10 solid candidates that I could dive into and to talk about easily, if not more, but I don't want to, go on for years on this thing. Anyway, of course, it makes the most sense to start with what we're already using, and that is Asana. So quick little history lesson here. 2008, the co-founders left Facebook. I did not know this, by the way, until I started doing research here. The co-founders of Asana left Facebook to start Asana. It officially launched for free out of beta in November 2011 and became commercially available in 2012. In 2020, here's a little tidbit for you. Asana went public on the New York Stock Exchange, and in August 2021, I don't know why I have that date there, but as of this recording, it's currently at $16.88 a share, US dollars. I had no idea it was even a public company. Again, the things you learn doing podcasting and sharing this information. So, okay, now about project management tools and services, keep in mind your needs may be different than mine, of course, that's very possible. But in doing some research, I found that the following 5 areas are pretty encompassing, widespread, accepted in the relevant baseline that project managers like, want, and need. Okay, and by the way, when people ask me, what's the best thing I ever did for my company, or what did I invest in, or best hire, I guess is the way to say it, it's my project manager. My PM is awesome. So if you are looking at growing your team, definitely consider that as your first hire. I honestly believe that. Okay, so with that, task management. Of course, task management's key. You want to track these tasks, right, and projects, but task management specifically, it allows for the efficient task management. You can create, assign, and track tasks with due dates, attachments, comments. They can be organized into projects with dependencies, and you can enhance the clarity of these relationships. You really need to know this stuff. Now, above that, of course, would be project tracking. Now, the project tracking in Asana, the feature enables teams to organize and visualize the work, set milestones, which we do as well, create timelines. We use project views, we use a list view, but now Asana also has the board and calendar and the timeline view. So it depends on how you want to see the thing. I prefer personally, as the owner of the overall encompassing thing, the list view. I believe my PM likes or would rather have it be calendar, I think, or like a board, the board view, but nonetheless, we're just used to it there. That's how it works. Okay. The third thing here would be collaboration and communication. Where do you communicate? How do you keep this going to make sure things work? So Asana actually has this. It promotes it a lot, collaboration, communication on the platform itself, thus reducing the need for external tools. Users can comment on tasks, mention team members, which is very helpful because if you don't get a mention, you forget to check sometimes. You can also engage in threaded conversations, and it really helps be aware of what's going on. Okay. Number 4, calendar view. Now, it's not our default, but it's good to see this sometimes if you have a lot of things going on. It's a great visual representation of tasks, project timelines, the team's availability. This feature helps really plan and schedule the work, and overall gives it a good comprehensive overview of what's coming up amongst multiple projects. And keep that in mind, in our world, my world, on the agency side of things, I have at any given time 3 to 5 active projects, plus one that we just call small tasks. We'll get to that in a second. I think I'll mention that here. Okay, and lastly, what's really key and important are integrations. Asana does allow for this to happen with third-party tools, Slack, Google Drive, Dropbox, as a 3 primary things. I did set a few things up for myself early on before I even had a team, turned them off, and just really haven't had the need to turn them back on, but they're there. So I know a lot of people do use this as well. That's one way to stay, in the know. If we didn't tag a name, an app mention in the communication of a project, I would definitely have it go and tag me in Slack because, well, I don't want to let something fall through the cracks. That's why project management is so important. Okay. So again, task management, project tracking, collaboration, communication, calendar view, and integrations. Those are the 5 that I found. There's like 20 that people like mention how important they are. And of course, there are a lot more things out there, but those are what work for me and for my team. Okay. Now, pricing. This is also a key thing here. They have a price that starts at free, of course, as many companies do. For the record, we use the free level of Asana. I have both my project manager and my developer in there as part of the team. In the past, I've had clients be able to see and add tasks to the projects. For big projects, clients kind of wanted to know what was going on. I've had a feeling they got antsy when they spent as much money as they might be spending and not getting a way to visualize it and see it and whatnot. So we let them have access. It's a trust thing. If they add something to the project, the scope changes, so they know that. So it's not every client that gets access to this, but in the past, clients have had access, or at least one main contact would have access to see what's going on. That way they can see where we're at. Of course, we would not do any internal conversations about the project there. We would do that in Slack, just to make sure that we kept things kind of on a private level as well. Okay, so once the project was done, of course, we would archive their project, remove that client from my account, and then give them an email address to use for ongoing support, for which we use Freshdesk. Okay. Now, limitations on Asana, in my opinion. Basically, because we don't pay for it, we don't have some of the upgraded features. Automated workflows, project reporting, which isn't the end of the world for project reporting because we barely use the basic reporting, or I barely use it. But I do wish we had templates because they would save some time. We have a template. We can just duplicate a previous project. It's not quite the same. It'd be nice to have a template. It really would be. And the automations would be cool too. Automations into templates would be cool because then when a new project was created or based on payment, it would solve a bit of a couple steps for my PM for sure. But we don't pay, so I can't really complain. The prices, by the way, do start for those paid levels at $10.99 a month per user. So it's an investment if you're growing your business this way. So there's that. Okay, there you have it. It works for me at the moment. It works for the team. It really does. But I've been itching to check out other options. So 2024 will be my year to check out the next 6 months, next 5 months, I guess, to check out some new options. And I'll share with you if we make the change or how things go. And at the same token, I'm probably going to keep with Asana while this is happening, just because, well, I think so. It's a tough thing. Do we run 2 at a time? I don't think so. Maybe my PM and I test them together. Hey, Sally, if you're listening, what do we do? Anyway, you get the gist of this. So check that out. If you have any project management tools that you want me to check out for you or you want to give me feedback on, shoot me an email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com. Yeah, that'd be cool. Love to get your feedback on that as well if you're out there listening to this and you have an opinion. I would love to hear it. Okay, moving on to segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This week's tip, I've talked about other versions of this. This is a multi-device website mockup generator. It's pretty cool. It's free. It's over at techsini.com. Anyway, there's a link in the show notes, techsini.com/multi-mockup. Pretty cool little tool, mockup generator. I've used other ones in the past. This one was neat. I saw it online that somebody shared it with me, and I want to share it here. So there you have it. Let me wrap it up. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the speak pipe function on the website. If you want to support the show, you become a Patreon, KitchensinkWP.com/Patreon. Thanks to my latest Patreon, Rob. I appreciate you being on board here. It really was nice to see that email come through. Awesome. Thanks to this week's sponsors, both Memberful and OmniSend. If you want to sponsor the show, you can do that too. Form on the website. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right? Bye-bye.